Alright, bonjour à tous, Battosay here. Welcome to episode 28 of my Let's Play. Today, 3 days spent since the previous episode, and I spent all of that time working on the wheat farm for the new breeding farm. But I made one small expedition to the stronghold to collect some aesthetic bricks, and I found 5 new friends, and that's really cool because with 1.2, which is gonna be available pretty soon, I think, you can breed wolves, and I have a lot of ideas, twisted ideas to make with wolves breeding. So that's gonna be my test subjects. And I tried to find a new village to uh, bring some villagers back here to have some fun with them and toss the milk, because yeah, that's the new thing. So that's fun, and I want to have some villagers starting the milk. I'm probably gonna set up a small volleyball court somewhere around here and have some villagers playing. But the the last 3 days I've been busy because I worked on the wheat farm, and well, at first I tried to make some pixel art for the look of the building, and yeah, I'm keeping the suspense a little bit. I tried to make some pixel art to make it look like wheat, but I really suck at pixel art. So I made several attempts, and yeah, none of them were convincing for me. So I changed my mind and decided that I would try to make it look like a big bush in a pot. So you can see the pot right now. So yeah, that's still not finished because I want to use vines and I'm waiting for them to grow. So for now it looks a bit weird. I'm hoping that it would look a bit better when all of the vines have grown, and for now that's just a big weird, very weird bush like that. It looks like some kind of cybertronic plant, some sort of robotic weird uh, half machine, half plant, and yeah, that's that's really weird. I know. Um, so the plan, what I want to do is wait for all of the vines to grow and then see how it will look and add a lot of how it's called, leaves, since we have 3 kinds of leaves, to place them and make it look a bit more like a bush. But I don't know, I'm still not really convinced about that. I tried the wheat pixel art, but damn, I really suck at that, and it was so ugly that I wouldn't even want to show you how it was. So I opted for the bush style, but I'm still not completely convinced. So I'll wait a couple of days because vines takes ages to grow. I'll add the leaves, and if I'm not convinced and I don't like that, I'll just, well, remove everything and make it a regular building, like, the usual style with wood and nether bricks and stuff like that. But let's go inside, because I worked also on the look inside. I spent a lot of time in the XP farm killing spiders to collect string to make all of that wool, because I needed tons of wool for all of the walls. I finally designed the inside. I choose to use some stone bricks along with the cheated pumpkins. That's the jack-o'-lantern giving light. This way I don't have to use too much torches. And I went with something simple for the side with lots of paintings. they're really great to add some more life into a room, along with some torch because it was a bit too dark. And we have above all of the wheat farm that I'm gonna show you. We have downstairs a ton of cow because I manually made a lot of wheat from the wheat farm above and from a small module here, and I placed that into the dispenser. I left the farm up and running for 3 or 4 hours, and it works. The rate is just insane. That's just so crazy how much stuff I got in just 4 hours. I've got a full cauldron of beef and half a cauldron of leather. So yeah, also I've added the hibachi and the bellow under all of the cauldron. I removed the splitting system using the siding because actually I realized that when the cauldron will be full it will send the drop into the next one, so that's much simpler. This way I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cauldrons in a row, which increase the storage capacity. And actually I was just waiting to record the video to start the fire there, so I wanted to show you how it worked. I've added also, as I've said in the previous episode, a hopper with grate as filter here. This way the steak will still fall in the cauldron. I had to add siding here because the hopper would catch fire. I'm hoping it won't from below though, I forgot that actually. I hope it won't catch fire. Oh yeah, crap. So I have to add a siding under it as well. I'll do that later. Anyway, so now we have our tallow. Is that making tallow? Wasn't that sticks? What the fuck? Yep. Looks like I have some... Okay. Turntable, the gearbox broke. Or maybe they caught fire. Oh, yeah. Didn't thought about that. They might be too close from the fire. So from here, like that, and there. Let's pick some blocks just there. And on the side. Oh crap, come on. Just need to quickly place some blocks next to it so they'll stop catching fire, because I think that's the problem here. Drop down one level for the redstone, block on the side. Gone. And then the one under. Shouldn't cut fire this way. And that's still not... What the fuck did I do? I thought that was working, and that's really annoying. So same thing, just got fire like that. Forgot to power this one actually. Whatever. I flipped that. I'll fix that later. I just want to make tallow. There we go. And the blue. Okay, that's good. Some trapdoors to get to the maintenance access, always cool. And let's go to the wheat part. So for the wheat farm, as I showed in the previous episode, I went with the vertical design. So that's really simple to make and quite modular, but to make so much of them was such a pain in the ass. There's 128 wheat farm, 128 wheat growing, so that's 128 times the same setup with the sticky piston, the planter, the block dispenser with the hopper above, we have, as I've said, 8, no, that's not 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, that's 8. 8 planters on top of each other, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. I just actually needed to add the gearbox here and here, going down there. No, no, there we go. So all of them are powered by the green and blue wool redstone tower. And let's get back to the middle. That's quite impressive to look at it from below, actually. Really huge. Was really long to make. I spent 2 or 3 days. I worked on that for a couple of hours, then I moved to something else because that was a bit boring to do always the same thing, always all over again. And I had one accident that accidentally burned 2 wool tower, so that was quite a pain to do it again. I've added some rope to be able to walk into each of the wheat modules, so we have the planter growing there on top of its sticky piston. When it will receive a signal, we'll get to the signal part soon, then the sticky piston retracts, the wheat is washed away by the water, the seeds drop in the hopper, which will end up in the dispenser below, and the wheat continue its way on the side there, goes into the water and fall all the way down there, and all of the wheat farm are connected to the main water channel over there that goes to feed the 2, oh crap, can't get out, oh, I hate when it does that, and then goes to the 2 hopper feeding the whole breeding farm. And to harvest the wheat, I've decided to use time actually instead of just growth detectors. This way I won't have to use any block detectors or body block, because I've noticed something. When I had finished the first row here, so that was 32 wheat, I planted all of them at the exact same moment and left fraps running to check how long it would take for the wheat to grow, and after 30 minutes I had the 31 out of 32 of them completely grown. So I harvested them and did that one more time, and after 29 minutes all of them, the 32, were fully grown and harvestable. So it means that when they're in the planter, now the wheat has its optimal growth condition, so it will grow really fast as it could, because if you don't know, the wheat has weird growth condition. It's affected by the number of wheat growing next to it. It grows faster when there's wheat right next to it on every block, but not in the planter. So I've decided to use the signal from my tower of time. Since I have a 5-minute pulse, I can easily make that 30 minutes. So what I did is that, let's go downstairs. I still need to add a real stairs that goes downstairs. I'm gonna make that here, but I still have to remove all of the chest I used for building this. So yeah, the stairs will be here. So for the 5-minute pulse, I went downstairs, where there's the the pulse that goes to the piston fences, just over here, and it's labeled in yellow, so every 5 minutes we have our, well, 5-minute pulse that goes into all of the piston fence. And I took that 5-minute pulse, and I also took a pulse that's coming from the first body block, so that's at 5 minutes and 40 seconds, so 40 seconds after the first 5-minute pulse. So we have one pulse that goes above, we'll get to that later, and also to the turntable there, part of the breeding farm. 40 seconds later we have another signal, and I did that because I needed a delay to make sure that the wheat will end up, no, that's here, the wheat will end up in the water and the seeds will end up in the hopper. So instead of using another 40 seconds, 20, no, why did I say 40? That's 20 seconds. 20 seconds timer here with a turntable. I actually just used the one that was already available in the breeding farm. And that's the pulse in yellow here. It goes all the way above with some vertical redstone transmission, ends up in this torch, and powers 4 block dispensers. In the block dispensers we have 4, 8, 11, yeah, that's it, 11, yep, we have 11, oh yeah, that was because I changed it, sorry, so yeah, we have 11 wool slabs and 1 full block, and every 5 minutes we'll get 2 pulse, one, let's say at time 0, that's the first pulse that will go change the block. It will place a solid block. This will turn this signal on, and the signal will go to all of the wheat farms. First it goes to the water and the piston to the blue wool, which represents the water, so the piston retracts, the wheat is harvested, and then 40 seconds later we have another pulse, and it switches back to half flaps, so the signal goes away, the piston go back in their position, and the signal from the piston also goes to the block dispensers, that's the green wool, and place back some seeds. So let's just actually make a fake one here so you could have a look. So that's gonna be the next block placed. I should go on this side over there. Yep, there we go. Pluck. Piston retracts. The wheat goes over there. For the one that are above, the seeds end up in the hopper and back into the block dispenser below. Down there we have almost only wheat, but also a bunch of seeds from the last one, because they don't have any more block dispensers to feed below them. There's the one on the bottom, so we get a couple of seeds, which is why I have another hopper with a weaker as filter to make sure that I don't have seeds that end up in the wheat dispensers. And then 20 seconds later I have another pulse, and then the piston extends again, and a few seconds later the block dispenser places new seeds. And that's the same thing to the 4 setup. They are not all connected actually. Oh crap, I don't have any redstone on me. Oh, come on. I can't show you that, but yeah, you got the point. That's the same thing for the 4 rows. Over there, over there, over there, and there. But we're actually not gonna make them synced. I want them to get triggered at different moments. So for that I'll simply place the solid block, the one that will send the signal, at different slots this way. At time 0 I will have this one that will be triggered. 5 minutes later the block dispenser will place these two wool slabs and these two here. So 5 minutes later these two here, then 5 more minutes later here, so we are at 10 minutes. So no, let me fix that. So yeah, at when I'm not so good to explain that. At time 0 the block dispenser will do what we just did, place the full block, then switch to the next wool slab. 5 minutes later it will place the third block, so here that's gonna be our signal. 5 minutes later, here we are gonna wait 10 minutes, so every two wool slabs represent 5 minutes of delay, so that's 5, 10, 15, and at T 20 minutes we are gonna have the third row harvested, and at T so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, at T30 we will have the last one being powered and harvesting the wheat. This way I have almost constant flow of wheat that goes to the dispensers. Each rows have 32 wheat in it, so I'll have 32 wheat. 10 minutes later I'll have 32 wheat again. 10 minutes later I'll have 32 wheat one more time, and 5 minutes later I have again 32, then it goes back to the first one. 5 minutes later, then 10, then 10, then 5, then 5, then 10, then 10, etc. And all of that will go, to the breeding farm, providing all of the, actually I wanted to go up, providing the wheat for the farms, and for now I just placed the wheat chest here, but I'm probably gonna do something else later. We can see here the vertical signal for the 5-minute timing for the wheat. And down there I just added one option just to remove the timing for the wheat farm. So it's simply a sticky piston over there. So that's our 5-minute pulse. That's just the sticky pistons over here that prevent the signal from going to the wheat above for the harvest. So let's go just quickly up there. The pros and cons of this setup: well, it takes a lot of space. It's not completely self-sustainable because you still have to place seeds, but instead of the other design I have, you don't have to place seeds in all of the block dispenser, but only on the one up above, and after that, as long as you have seeds in this one, so I have 16 slots in the dispenser and 18 more in the hopper, so that's a lot of stacks of seeds. As long as there are seeds in this one, there will always be seeds in the 8 planters that are below this one, in the 7 planters that are below this one. And that's gonna be a bit easier to fill just the first block dispenser on top of the wheat module. This way, that's kind of I don't have that much trouble to get 30 stacks of seeds and place them. It's gonna last for a month or two, I think, so that's a lot. I still have to do something out of this place, but as long as the the well, the walls here are not finished. I'm just waiting. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna change it. I don't like that much how it looks. It's a bit weird. So let's go downstairs. There was something else I wanted to show you. I made a very simple and silly thing to make manually a lot of wheat and seeds. So for that I've placed 2 block dispensers, 2 planters on top of sticky pistons, and they are connected to a simple clock with 3, 6, 9 and a torch 10, a 10 tick delay on the clock that will go to power the block dispenser and the planter. This allows me to just keep pressing the right button. The planter gets up, the block dispenser plants seeds, and quickly after the planter retracts and destroys the wheat, which gives me the drop. So I don't have to do anything, I just keep pressing the button and it makes the wheat just like that. Really, yeah, that's a cheap setup, but I needed a lot of seeds for, well, yeah, you know, for the breeding above. Up, and there we go. And with 1 stack of full food I get almost a stack of wheat. Yeah, not so efficient, but that was a cheap way to quickly make wheat and seeds. So to do that, just as I've said, connect it to a small clock, use the planter and the block dispenser with a bit of a delay between the two, so you have time to make it grow. And yeah, might be useful if you want to make some wheat quickly and don't have to wait for it to grow. So that's it for the breeding farm. Now actually I just wanted to do something. We are gonna remove the wheat farm timing and we are gonna remove the wheat dispensers because I kept some cows here to have a bit of fun. Hey ladies. So I watched it again using the same trick, leaving my character here using fraps, recording, and I made sure that all of the cows were adults when they end up here, and it works without any problem. They are always adult when they meet the sow, and I'm getting an insane amount of drop, so that's really cool. And they never have time to... Oh, is there one survivor here? Did you get enough? Usually... Oh yeah, yes, no, okay. She didn't have enough time. That's what I thought. So with the 20 seconds delay between each piston fence thingy, you make sure that all of the cow will end up in the next holding pen. And the drops are really, really cool. That's working so great. I'm gonna make a ton of you can see stakes ends up here. The siding is here because the hopper can catch fire. All of that makes tallow and glue, which I'm gonna use to make a lot, well, that's cool to watch, a lot of mining charges, because now we are gonna start the big mob trap. That's something I've been holding off for quite a while because I want to do something really big, and for that I'm gonna have to dig a lot of space, lots of space, and I'd rather use the mining charges because yeah, that's cool, they're fun to use, and it's gonna help me save a lot of time, and that's probably gonna make a cool video too with well, you'll see. Anyway, let's now connect everything, and the farm should be running on its own for now, so that's cool. And one final thing for this episode, I've been watching RenEvo's last Let's Play. I don't know if you watch his video already, but if you don't, well, get your finger out of your ass and go watch his video, because he's really cool. He loves the same stuff as I do, and as a bonus, well, he's a native English speaker, so he's much better and much more entertainment. There's something. That's the perfect moment to mistalk. As I was saying that, yeah, he's a native English speaker. He has less trouble than me to, yeah, talk in English. As you can see, sometimes I don't have the words that I want to say. Anyway, so I've watched his Let's Play, and he had a cool toy to make automatically Soul Urns, so I wanted to make one because in the next release of Better Than Wolves you won't be able to make you won't be able to make the Soul Urns from just placing the urns in the hopper and throwing the ground netherrack on top. You'll have to place the urn manually, not manually, but you have to place the urn under the hopper as a block like that, and just do the Soul Urns like that. So I made a small setup that looks like his. The idea was just to use the block detector as a control to place a new urn when the urn turns into a Soul Urns, because when it does, it turns into an item form and it will end up in the water below and be collected. So to do what I did, what the hell? Did I forget something? Should be working. I hate these moments. Come on. Ah, yeah, I know. Fuck. Ah, come on. Removed one redstone. So, yeah. Let's remove that. You didn't saw the last... oh, come on. Didn't saw the last 30 seconds. So, I wanted to show you that when you turn an urn into a Soul Urn, it drops as an item. So using that, we can use the block dispenser to the block detector to send the pulse when it turns into a Soul Urn to place a new urn back. So using that, I made this small setup with 4 block dispensers spitting ground netherrack. I didn't want it to connect that straight to the millstone because I already made a shitload of ground netherrack. I don't know what to do with it. Almost all of my chests are full of that, so it's not a problem. So using that, we have the block dispenser spitting ground netherrack. It goes on a hopper with soul sand as filters. The urns, after 8 ground netherrack, turns into a Soul Urns that end up in a hopper below, and the block dispenser places a new urn. And if I remove almost all of them like that, so when it's over, the system stops on its own. The block dispenser stops spitting the ground netherrack, and we don't have any more urns being made. And to start it, all I have to do is just place the first urn in front of it, and it's working really simply. So we have a very small setup behind it, but video is getting a bit long, so we'll see that for the next one. I'll explain how I made that setup. That's actually just after the kiln setup and before the cobblestone generator, since I had some space available in between. I made that because, yeah, that's really ingenious and really simple to make. So congrats for that, buddy. Nice idea. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.